Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Claressa Shields is playing the race card, is what some people believe. But when it comes to a lot of these fans, they say, we ain't getting behind that shit. We are not going to sit here and be duped. We're far from slow. And we know what Claressa Shields is up to. Now, of course, many people believe that Claressa is going to beat Kaye Scott. She doesn't need to be out here playing the race card. But they say, you know what, playing the race card has nothing to do with whether she wins the fight or loses the fight. Because they feel Claressa Shields is going to win. They say this shit has something to do with ticket sales and the business of boxing. Because they feel that Claressa is not getting the support that what she was hoping for. And they anticipate that the ticket sales are going to be poor. And overall, the event on August 15th, it may flop. Now, there's a lot of talk about the event. Everybody's looking at more of the undercard, the spectacle, the entertainment piece. But when it comes to big vote, they're not really all that interested. And I'm going to tell you, the reason why she's not getting the support that she wants, especially when it comes to talking about, well, I'll just tell you what she's talking about here. I'm going to show you the problem right now. Okay, this is the problem right here. She goes out here and she says she feels it's a duty to represent Black pride for my people in every fight. See, this right here is where she's trying to pull people in every fight. I got to represent Black pride. Now, just listen to the words now. Black pride, my people. Okay? That's what she says here. Because I do represent the struggle, the ghetto, the bottom, the people who have always been counted out. This is what Claressa says that she represents, okay? Not a certain people. She says all people, right? I go out there and represent so they know. Don't ever overlook us, the Black people, the poor people, Black people, right? We have a pride about us too. Now, she also says people need to understand, just like Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, and other races, okay? We have pride, so does African. Listen. Oh my God, man. I'm just having a tough time even reading this because I'm just like, what is she trying to get at here? They have pride, and so do we. The African Americans are what she's saying. There's such a thing called Black pride, too. We stand with our own. We have a resilient spirit, and our hearts are unwavering. This girl pushed in racial divide. But it's not flying because the Black people, especially the women, they ain't stupid. They far from slow. Because like Claressa says, I feel it's a duty to represent Black pride for my people, right? I do represent the struggle, the ghetto, the bottom, the people. Well, hey, hold your horses, explain this.
Always the light-skinned girls who think they just so pretty and just because they born light-skinned that they just all that. That they can come on people's shit talking shit. Oh, because you think you're pretty. I'm going to tell you something. One, I look better than you. I look better than you, so you can get off my shit. That's one. And then two, why are you on my stuff if you don't like me? Why? Oh, it's giving obsessed. It's giving obsessed, light skin, red bone. Yeah, get your funny looking ass up out of here. I don't play with these hoes. It's mostly a lot of light skinned women who come bothering me. Yeah. I said what I said. They be hating on everything. Oh, she just thinks she's so pretty, but she got a strong jawline. Baby, you see this face. What the hell wrong with you? I'm our ancestors' dream, girls. You fucking crazy? Stop playing with me. I'm light skinned. I love you. Oh, I love you too. You all right. You good. I don't even mean to come at all light skinned girls for real, but usually them the ones that be inboxing me or who be commenting me talking stuff, and I don't really be liking it because I know for sure It ain't about light skin, dark skin, white, black, Mexican, Puerto Rican. I'll whoop a girl ass. I already know that. So it'd be like when they be talking crazy to me, I'd be like, man, I ain't really the one to be playing with. Who is this girl? Another fucking light skin. Another light skin. Your haters really got under your skin. How my haters got under my skin when I'm out here celebrating me not being guilty for smoking weed? Saray_Summers, you blocked. You is dumb as hell. You blocked, man. And then once again, proving my point. Another light skinned girl. Listen, if you're a light skinned girl and you love me, I love you too. But I am telling you, some of these light skinned girls be having like self-esteem problems. And the fact that my self-esteem is up here and theirs is down here, they come fucking with me.
Oh no, big whoa. I tell you what, you can't put a video out like that and talk about how you're representing black pride for your people. It sounds to me like there's something more going on when it comes to Big Whoop and when it comes to race and how she sees herself. You know what I'm saying? I just really think if she has an issue with light-skinned people, which is what I believe, right? I mean, what does she think about Kaye Scott? Because Kaye Scott is you have light skin, then you have white. And if Claressa out here talking all that stuff about how the light skin and the red bones, well, Kaye Scott is she's the ultimate red bone. But Claressa can't be playing this racial divide bullshit. I mean, it's 2026. I don't want to hear nobody out here talking anything about race. This is a boxing match. Claressa, Kaye Scott. The race shit don't have nothing to do with it. Claressa's the A side. Claressa's supposed to be the draw. Everything is Claressa. So I don't know why she went out here posting that stuff on Twitter about representing the ghetto. I mean, look, not everybody come from the ghetto. And those who may have come from the struggle, you know, most of us have, you know, tried to elevate or elevated, and we ain't trying to sit back there and dwell in that shit. So this to me was an act of desperation to try to get the support of people who are going to be a bit naive and fall for the bullshit. But you know, people ain't going for that. I think the promotion's gone too far. I do. Stop. Just stop. I understand throughout the history of boxing, promoters, fighters, people have used national pride, hometown loyalty, personal rivalries to build interest in major fights. What Claressa's doing is not along the lines of that, okay? But the issue is what happens when public discussion, they shift toward the race, the identity, which is what Claressa's doing. And that's why I try to understand how identity-based messaging can affect fan perception, how that can affect ticket sales, how that can affect sponsorships, media coverage, and long-term reputation of an athlete. Things Claressa's not thinking about, her team's not thinking about. That's why they allow her to post this nonsense. I also want to talk about why many fans prefer promotions centered on competition and respect rather than division, and they rather see people post tweets about respect and competition and not talk about race. Because I'm just telling you from experience, when it comes to race, religion, politics, gender, economic status, people shut down. When you start talking race, religion, politics, you start talking about gender and shit, people shut down. That shit gets crazy. That's why I don't ever talk about it, because I've seen what it does. I've been in organizations. I've seen where shit goes left. Her and her team have no idea what the hell they're doing with that. But I tell you what, I could understand it if they were trying to sell a story, because boxing has always sold stories. Championship fights are rarely promoted on skill alone. We get that. We understand that. We know promotions, they try to emphasize national pride, Mexico versus Puerto Rico, hometown rivalries. You know, when they did Zab Judah and Paulie Malignaggi, I think it was I forgot what that was called. The Battle of Brooklyn. Hold on. I hate talking out my ass. Let me look it up real quick. I apologize. I want to look it up. What it was called, the Battle of something. Paulie Malignaggi versus Zab Judah. Battle of, I forgot what it was called, but let me see if this pulls it up. The Brooklyn event. Oh yeah. It was the Battle of Brooklyn. I was right. So you had Paulie Malignaggi with the Battle of Brooklyn. So that was a hometown rivalry. Then you have personal history, contrasting personalities, or stylistic matchups. So promotions will emphasize on those things. And those themes give fans a reason to become emotionally invested. This is what Claressa Shields was trying to do. Get the boxing fans to become emotionally invested in her fight with Kaye Scott. But they ain't going for that shit because, again, you come out here dissing light-skinned people, red bones, calling people black, calling people ugly. It doesn't matter what they throw out at her. She's not in the position to be out here where she can afford to make those kind of mistakes. The people who are trolling her, believe you me, a lot of them, their lives are miserable. That's why they sit out here and troll her and say crazy shit. First thing in the morning, I'm telling you, people wake up, don't floss and brush their teeth, wash their ass, wash their face, nothing. Don't even eat breakfast, nothing. Don't take care of their children, nothing. They just get on and just stop going at Claressa Shields. But she reciprocates. But the thing is, she's the one in that big glass house. It only takes one stone for that shit to be shattered, for that glass house to shatter, and that's what has happened to Claressa Shields. But we understand, identity can be powerful, right? We understand. I think she understands that, but I don't think her and her team understand the risk. When you have discussions that involve race, nationality, culture, or identity, reactions can become much stronger. That's why I'm doing this video, because I've kind of seen the fallout as a result of Claressa saying these things now, and I represent black people and I represent black pride. But then just not too long ago, you are here talking shit about the light-skinned people, the red bones, and you've called people black. That black thing. What she called Tasha K, that right? That black thing. You see, it's always some shit with color. Always something with race. Like, that shit hurts my ears. It's not just her. Anybody who talks that. I don't believe in that bullshit. So it hurts my ears. But I'm just telling you, man, that's why you have such strong reactions to Claressa Shields and what she's doing. Some fans appreciate athletes speaking about their personal experiences and background. That's different. That's different. If you come out here, you're talking about a personal experience where you may have been out and about and something happened, whether it was good or bad, and it has something to do with race, people will listen. We can understand that, I've had different experiences. I'm pretty sure all of you have. And you didn't do anything to warrant the way you were treated or things that were said. We've all gone through shit, okay? But I just think when it comes to boxing, many people prefer that the promotion remains focused on the sport itself. She doesn't seem to understand that. That's why you have them linking up with Baddies and Zeus, because they're desperate, because she can't sell it alone by herself. And she's the main event. There's not a demand for people to want to see Claressa Shields. People want the spectacle. They want the drama. And that's why Win Records, Dimitri Salita, Zeus, that's why they're doing things the way they're doing with Claressa's upcoming event. And that's why she's pushing this narrative. She's been doing this for quite some time as far as just trying to go viral and hold on to the attention of the public. Well, you got it. But I'm just telling you, as far as people supporting her and not supporting her, neither reaction is unusual, because there are some people who are kind of rallying behind Claressa Shields, saying, this is for the hood, this is for the culture, for the black people, for the ghetto, for the this, for the fucking bullshit. And that's why some fans push back, because they also see this as bullshit. They're like, yo, if you're going to promote, just center the shit on who has a better jab, stronger resume, better boxing IQ, who'll win inside the ring. Hell, predict what round you're going to knock somebody out. But the conversation moving away from those topics, now people are losing interest, or they become uncomfortable. And if you become uncomfortable, most people get away from things. You know what I'm saying? If I'm out jogging every day And, I'm comfortable in my jog, I'm going to keep doing it. But if I'm out jogging and, 3 out of the 4 or 5 days, I get chased by a goddamn pit bull, I'm probably going to stop doing it because I become uncomfortable going that route. And that's the same thing with these conversations and supporting somebody. If you start getting uncomfortable, you just leave it alone. And that's what she and her team need to understand, the marketing shit and their approach versus the legacy they're trying to leave in place. Claressa's legacy has been overshadowed. Her legacy has been trashed. Yet, what she accomplished, it doesn't even matter anymore, right? She has that. You can't take that from her, but it's been overshadowed. Her legacy means nothing no more to most boxing fans because they've gone about marketing a 2-time gold medalist like she was a goddamn government grilled cheese sandwich. That's what they did. They ruined this woman. We all know that. Look, you don't have to be you don't have to be a sports marketing genius, some brilliant mind to understand that controversy generates attention. We all know that. We understand. We comprende. Attention, however, is not automatically the same as ticket sales, sponsorships, positive public opinion, long-term brand value. That's why Claressa is now trying to push this racial bullshit because things aren't working out the way they were hoping for. They thought tickets would sell out in the first week. They thought there'd be all kind of people, sponsors, just diving on them to come and pour money into these guys in the event. That's not the case. They thought the whole public would be excited about what this non-traditional way of putting on events and the way Claressa's going about marketing herself. That's not what happened. And they thought her long-term brand value would explode. No, it's been diminished. It's depreciated. I didn't do that. You didn't do that. She team did that. They did that. We didn't do that. They did that. But I gotta be fair because I understand there's a lot of pressure and it's high pressure promotion. So I looked it up, right, to try to understand how do you get to this point? Big 2-time gold medalist. All this greatness, and just throw it all away. What's the psychology behind that shit? So what I found out is sports psychologists often observe that athletes under intense competitive or commercial pressure may experiment with different ways of connecting with audiences. I'm like, yo, that shit makes sense. This could be her way of saying, look, everything else I've tried has failed. I got to figure out a way to connect with the audience. So I'm going to push this thing about this is for the hood. This is for the black people. Maybe. But that does not mean that we can accurately, say why any particular athlete, they say specific statements unless they explain it themselves. And Claressa did try to explain it there, talking about Puerto Ricans, the Mexicans, the Dominicans, the this, the that. And I'll just say this. When it comes to public messaging, I try to understand what's influencing Claressa's public messaging right now. Is it her personal belief? Or is she just hot winging it, making some shit up, again, trying to connect with the audience? Has she received marketing advice? Look, try this. See if it works. Is it a media strategy just to get people talking? Or is it just some spontaneous emotional reaction because she sees how many people are looking at Kaye Scott and saying Kaye Scott is, she looks great at 42. You know what I'm saying? Some people have gone to say they think Kaye Scott is beautiful. We know she got the OnlyFans and shit going on with her, but there are a lot of people who have said things about Kaye Scott that it could be where Claressa may feel like, hey, I don't like that. They don't say that about me. So she had this spontaneous emotional reaction to kind of, take control of the narrative and say, look, this ain't about Kaye Scott. This ain't about that white Australian woman. Aussie. No. This is about Big Vote. I'll just say this: when it comes to Kaye Scott, I truly believe when it comes to her standpoint, any major public storyline surrounding a fight could become additional motivation. And that's why you see her kind of moving, kind of just dead in the breeze. But you could tell she don't like that shit. She don't like that drama. She don't like Claressa talking about, Kaye Scott, I love you, but F you at the same time. Kaye Scott doesn't like that. She like, what did I get myself into with these Americans? She probably saying black Americans. Because, you know, you go to other countries. You know, I'm telling you right now, they feel that the black American is not, they say all blacks aren't the same. You get a black person from Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, black person from Africa, throughout the Caribbean, black man from China, Russia, no matter where you're from. All black people are not the same. And that's true, they're not. You got to look at just cultural competencies and different things people grow up with, your environment. If you grow up in Russia as a black man, you ain't going to be the same thing as a black man who grew up in goddamn Flint, Michigan or Alabama. You grow a black man growing up in England. It's not going to have the same mentality of a black man growing up out there in Africa. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying when it comes to Kaye Scott, you know, she ain't got time for the bullshit, man. You know what I mean? I think it's motivating Kaye Scott. I really do. I think she's like, this is ridiculous. Because she's like, how did I get out here with this? This isn't what we get in Australia. What are we doing here? She may be using that criticism, the doubt that we all have. Even I doubt Kaye Scott wins, you know. I mean, she understands. Kaye Scott's an intelligent woman. She ain't dumb. She knows her age and her pro boxing record, and she's had a damn emergency CAT scan for suspected brain damage and shit to her skull. She knows that there's a lot of doubt casted on this fight as far as her chances of winning. She knows that she understands the media attention. She knows the public pressure, but she could just be using that as fuel during training camp because she's not out here, you know, showing a whole bunch of nonsense going on. She's locked in the training camp. And I believe Claressa is too, but Kaye Scott is like, all right, this is what y'all want to do. We're going to find out. But at the end of the day, I think she realizes that championship fights are decided by preparation and performance, not by this promotional narrative crap. And I really believe she's going to do her damnedest to come out here and shock the world. I mean, she got the opportunity of a lifetime. The opportunity of a lifetime. If she could come out here and scalp, big quote, Kaye Scott is a superstar. You know what I mean? She is a superstar. So Claressa seems to be taking her lightly, in my opinion. You know, Claressa is selling them little dolls and water bottles. And look, she got product. I'm not knocking it. I think that's brilliant for Claressa to finally try to get some kind of product and sell it. I just don't think these products are the answer, but it's a step that could be in the right direction, but it's gonna flop. I don't see it going anywhere. But hey, who am I? But if she kind of restructures her approach, gets a better product to sell, I think Claressa could do quite well in that arena. But the bottom line is, man, get your ass in the gym because you are underestimating Kaye Scott, who's using all this bullshit as fuel during her training camp. Kaye Scott may just shock us. I doubt it, but you just don't know. The best fighter doesn't win. It's the boxer who fights the best on that night. Maybe Kaye Scott at 5'11" with that damn reach and everything comes in there and just happens to put the Aussie, bing, bing, bings all up in Claressa's mouth. All up in Claressa's mouth. And then what? But at the end of the day, when you watch it, I just think there's a much bigger lesson because history shows that the athletes who tend to enjoy the strongest long-term reputations are remembered primarily for the great performances, professionalism, consistency, and memorable victories. Promotional strategies may shape headlines for weeks, but performances inside the ring shape legacies for decades. Claressa doesn't seem to understand that because the promotional strategy that they're using with this race, the ghetto, let me tell you, that's got headlines, but it fizzles out. Content creators talk about it because, you know, we're going to talk about the things we feel people will pay attention to and click on and may drive a conversation, but That should have fizzled out after. It's fizzled out already. But what you don't want to fizzle out is the way you perform inside the ring and how you're shaping your legacy and how you want your legacy to be looked at and talked about for decades. And right now, everything about Claressa is negative. And I'm not making that up. She did that, not me, not you. Anyway, when promotion goes wrong, racial divide becomes a story. I mean, who wins here? But I'll tell you what, I got Claressa winning, but she needs to stop this racial bullshit. Stop it. You don't represent black anything because you're out here talking shit about everybody. I know people say things about you, but you know what? You're the top 1% of your career field. Comes with the territory. Stop. Talking about, I ain't talking all these years I didn't talk. Now I do, and I finally learned to talk. People bullied me and said this. I'm going to say something to everybody. Well, you're going to be one miserable motherfucker, man. I'm telling you, you are. You got 8, 10, 20, 30 million, all these millions of dollars you claim you have? All this money. Broke bums here, man, please. You got all this money, supposedly. You up in the store, you up there buying your little shit. You driving your little car, right? You in the breeze. But you out here angry as a motherfucker. Angry bird. Ain't big whoa, you angry bird. Out here going crazy on the internet. What are you doing? All this money you're supposed to have. God damn it, take 10,000, man, and get your house right. You know what I mean? Get your house right, man. That smoke detector that be going to beep, beep, beep. Get that shit fixed. You know what I'm saying? You're going to sit there and do a live and do a video, man. Got your inside of your house looking crazy. Walking around, got clothes spilling out the drawer. I think I saw a cockroach fly across on the goddamn screen. I mean, what are you doing? You better quit worrying about the wrong shit, man, and get your stuff together because years down the road, you know what people are going to be talking about? I'm going to point something out to y'all real quick before I get out of here. I'm going to show you what people are going to be talking about. They're going to be talking about this right here. What? You see this? You can just go to Twitter and just scroll. Watch, let me show you something. If I put in Claressa Shields' name, and we just start scrolling down, you're going to see things with Claressa Shields coming up. Claressa Shields coming up, right? I go to media. Look at this. All this stuff with Claressa Shields that's going to be there forever. Forever, man. This is what she's going to be known for. All the drama. Look at her pictures of middle finger. Look at her, these weird photos. What the hell is this? You see? She got some picture here looking like the goddamn predator. And I'm not calling her ugly. I'm just saying the long braids and hair, that looks crazy. You know, all this shit is going to be here. And she out here worrying about she need to worry about getting herself together, man. What's this right here? She got to figure it out. But all this bullshit going to be out here forever and a day. And her legacy's in tatters, man. You know, but anyway, you know, I'll be tuning in. I'm the boxing guy. I'll watch the fight. I don't know about this Zeus shit, but I'll be tuning in. Stop playing the race card, man. Clean up your situation. Your whole situation stinks. All that talent. And just throwing that shit away. For what? Why? Hood champion doesn't get it. It just seems to be getting worse and worse, man. Anyway, let me drop the next video because I got up early. I had to go do some shit this morning. So I actually got time to do a couple videos today. And then I'll be out. I have not been home at all this time of the day. Shit since summer. So I'm going to do a couple more videos, man. First time I've actually had an opportunity to breeze a little bit. So y'all keep cool, all right? Y'all know what I'm in.